Anyway, like I said, what really scared Stump most of all is basically when I asked a question, I usually got an answer at some point in time from someone. Like I said, 12 races, 800 galaxies. A lot of what I wanted to know about would be known or found out about, and possibly using time travel. Like I said, actually, the truth was, of course, that the solar system, and Earth had actually been monitored and looked at from its very beginning creation to pretty much a very, very old and very long distance point in time, as being my first created galaxy, or one of my first on record created star systems, or planetary sun and or star and planet systems. Very much documenting the creation process of basically a star system, which would be basically a sun or fusion reactor. It's not a sun, but a star, and a fusion which is a fusion reactor, and basically the planets around it, pretty much. And pretty much the 1.5s, the exoskeletons, and about 12 or 50 or 75 or 170,000 other races knew of my existence and knew of what I was doing here. And actually watched me do it here and a lot of other places. And actually kicked it with me as the creator to basically a lot of life forms, and pretty much we had a lot of fun. We just cruised around, we did some high G maneuvers, basically just had a blast, really. And basically they loved me, I loved them, and pretty much we were just building and creating and doing all kinds of stuff, and I was watching what they could do, and basically giving them hints as far as which direction to go in and all that other stuff, and basically just living with my life forms, watching them to walk in my footsteps, basically. And someone was actually trying to figure out how they did everything so they could learn how to do advanced things. It's like, well, you're not really going to learn. I mean, they were so far advanced from Earth that it was ridiculous. They were like at nanotechnology and all kinds of life forms and very much advanced and genius quality. So some people on Earth thought that they could just watch them and then get all their technology or whatever. And it's like, well, not exactly. Anyway, whatever. It's a lot of crazy stuff and a lot of other stuff. And it's like, USF, AF people are crazy. And just working for Nixon or JFK. Anyway, the Stomp group is insane and basically just pretty much killers and old people who had been killers and murderers back in 1950s, 1940s, and killed off a bunch of other people to basically be able to be rich or whatever. And then basically we're taking advantage of a bunch of young kids that were in the world that actually had trust or whatever from their fathers or their grandfathers or some family or whatever. And basically they were just pretty much killing them, and basically there were more of them, and basically hiding in the group or whatever. Anyway, until they found me, and they came across me, and they saw my bank account, and started having ideas. And well, we let them have some ideas, and we wanted to see what they were doing and how they were doing it, and we also wanted to see what was going on, basically, and they were pretty much going to kill me, and basically did not know who I truly was. Anyway, but of course killing me would piss off quite a few other races, so. And they've tried to kill me several different times, including nuking me. And also went around spreading all kinds of lies about me in the world much more publicly, and it's like, well, they're just liars. Anyway, like I said, Guantanamo Bay, bored, getting people drunk and making them suffocate and throwing them in the water. And they did all this, and they actually were doing really well until they killed some poor little Chinese person, and the Chinese, who had their own science team and their own people, basically discovered it. I think it was a Chinese girl or a Chinese guy or whatever that was going to tell or something, and the Stomp group had to kill them or something. Anyway, they drug people, or they get people drunk. They pay people to lie to these other people, and pretty much Darlene questioned her. She went to jail for quite a few years or something like that, and then got out, and basically they went right back to what they did. Basically, they were killers back in 1940s and 1950s, and then they went to jail for it, and then they got out trying to figure out or something or other. I don't really know. Anyway, they were on Guantanamo Bay. A lot of people were on Guantanamo Bay at some point in time when they were young. So, anyway, whatever. I don't really care. Anyway, though, but they saw my bank account or saw my accounts and thought, money! It's like, well, I wouldn't touch it. Ah, you touched it. Gold and cars and all this stuff. It's like, well, I'm about 100 trillion years old. And yeah, my accounts are rather deep. Not to mention my planets. And well, messing around or calling yourself me or some part of me could actually lead to your death and possible torture, or at least piss off a lot of other life forms in the universe. And killing me, well, that's like killing the creator, Lucifer. Like I said, that's why they were talking all that shit to all those people about cast out Lucifer and kill Lucifer and string up Lucifer and all that other stuff. And because my name is Lucifer Star, and I know it's corny, but whatever. And I'm the creator of so many races. But whatever. Anyway, not just Brian. My name was Brian, but when I named America and bought America, I made myself a citizen of America, but that became a problem when I went to space or whatever. And I couldn't get into, and I was having problems with all these other planets because I wasn't a citizen or something of them or something. And so I made Lucifer Star a citizen everywhere or something like that, or known everywhere or something. So I would never be forgotten or unknown or whatever, have a problem. So everyone would know who I was, basically, pretty much, as Lucifer Star. Or Brian Bradley. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, realistically, I was a computer. So Lucifer Star or whatever. Anyway, but yeah, that's me. Anyway, and I'm rich, but more than that, I'm the leader and creator of humanity in 12 races, so... Yeah, but somebody was trying to steal my races or lie to my races or something like that. Or I don't like to use the word races because that implies a race. He must be he's a jockey, he's a racehorse. He has races. It's like, no, I have life form types. 12 or more of them. And very old. Coming from about 1 billion years before there ever was an endoskeleton life forms. So, anyway, yeah, a bit bigger than most. And whatever. I'm the one that they weren't kicking it with on Mars and other spaces, and we were doing all kinds of different things. Basically. So. And somebody was trying to get into my ship or get onto my ship or be me or something or lie about who I was or something or pretend something or other. Yeah, whatever. Crazy. Yeah. So Kennedy's never had any real money other than the fact that... And they died in 1920. At a farmhouse or something, or an oil field outside of what's called Ireland, someplace. There's an oil field out there or something like that. And he died there. Later on, the Bushes were trying to say that they owned it or Kennedy owned it or something like that. And it's all just a bunch of lies. Whatever. Bunch of Gator people who shouldn't have been on the submarine and really weren't part of the war effort, but other than more than they lived in Louisiana and a submarine popped up and they went to go be a crew and they realistically found themselves around a bunch of rapists and killers. And many of them wanted to leave or I don't know, or something, I don't know. Basically, they weren't fighting for America or the United States, they were fighting for the USAF, asshole pieces of shit, basically, and John McCain, Richard Nixon, and trying to start a fake war between Germany and America. Or China, or Japan or something after they killed all those kids. 6,000 children on a ferry boat going from China, the mainland China to Japan or something. Anyway, horrible people really. Those Gator submariners. Bad, very bad people.